back to another edition of this week's Wrestle Chat with your host, K-Dog
and E-Boy.
There's not a lot to talk about that happened this past weekend this week, but there are some things that have happened that are newsworthy, talk-about-y worthy, and the first thing is something that shocked the world.
Jushin Thunder Liger is out of retirement, and why am I a little bit less enthused about that? It's cool to see him out of retirement. It's cool that he was at WrestleCade and he decided to wrestle a match. However,
please explain to the viewers who don't know what WrestleCade is.
WrestleCade is a huge event that happens coinciding usually in November, around the same time as the big Four Survivor Series, but it's for the indie wrestling circuit. It's a lot of retired wrestlers coming together at conventions.
Not retired, a lot of indie wrestlers.
It's indie and retired wrestlers coming together to do big meet and greets and one big show.
Yeah, so the meet and greets happen on Friday, and then Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday night, you get your big wrestling 2-hour, 3-hour wrestling show.
And WrestleCade had a big wrestling match. It had the return of Jushin Thunder Liger against the bad boy Joey Janela in a 4-minute match that everyone is praising a lot because we didn't get a chance to watch it, to be honest.
We saw the highlights.
And the highlights were good. However, I disagree with people saying that's better than his final match with Tyler Breeze.
We could take it or leave it, whichever direction you want to go.
I think he should have stayed retired.
I agree.
Don't think...
It was 5 years of him being...
I don't think there was a point in this.
Yeah. 5 years later, he decided to take an open challenge.
I'm going to be so real. Joey Janela just isn't the opponent that I would have picked for Jushin Thunder Liger to come out of retirement.
I wouldn't have even said that Tyler Breeze was the man that should retire him.
No. But that match
he should have retired in New Japan.
Sure, but that match was at least good, and he did finally get to wrestle in WWE, so that was the point.
But do you know who should have actually retired him?
Who?
Hiromu Takahashi.
I agree.
Think about it. They're calling him the modern day face of the junior heavyweight division. Who was the face of the junior heavyweight division in the 90s?
Jushin Thunder Liger. I fully agree with you. If you were going to have him come out of retirement, have him face him.
I know he's in the middle of the World Tag League, but you could have done something at
Wrestle Kingdom's right there. Why are we not doing something?
And then after that match, go back to commentary.
Anyways, we're gonna get to a much more sadder note.
Penta was in the last time is now tournament, and he was in the quarterfinals match to face off against Solo Sikoa. And there was a spot that was planned to do on the outside, where Penta was supposed to dive off the barricades onto Solo, and Solo was supposed to either move out of the way or kind of take it, but not really take it. But what ended up happening was Penta landed on his shoulder and broke, according to the medical staff, he might have broken his shoulder. Might have. More medical assessment is going on this week with Penta, but currently what's going on is he may have broken his shoulder during that spot. Reports have come out from creatives to give out to Sean Ross Sapp to let the world know that injury or no injury, Solo Sikoa was supposed to win because they felt that Solo versus Gunther was a better match than Solo versus Penta.
Okay, I disagree. I think Gunther vs. Penta would have been incredible. But that said, also it doesn't make sense, heel versus heel. But I'm sad about Penta. We wish him the best here at Retromania Wrestling. We want him to get a speedy recovery, and we hope he comes back stronger than ever.
Yes, Penta has been injured before in the past, but this one seems like a really serious injury, so please get well soon.
Speedy recovery to you, Penta. So let's get into the next thing. Anna Jay is in talks with WWE, and personally, I could take it or leave that because I think she's more of a tag team wrestler, and I know that's a bit of a controversial opinion because I'm sure she has had single success, and I'm not saying she hasn't, but she doesn't have the personality to carry. Ty is most of that team, and her personality carries.
Hence why the name is Ty J, not J Ty or Anna Ty. It's Ty J.
And I love their team, and I think they're great. But you break them up and you put Anna Jay in a position, hey, maybe she'll prove me wrong. But right now, I just don't see it. I don't see the hype in her. I think that if WWE gets her, she'll end up in NXT.
They will get her because she's talking to them already.
but like she'll end up in NXT. They won't use her properly anyways.
No, they won't. And also, Anna Jake is kind of a little bit, excuse me for being a little rude, but being a little stupid, because she should know from history with AEW wrestlers who have openly admitted that they talked to WWE about new
She's about to get absolutely punished by Tony Khan.
Exactly what's going to happen.
I don't get why they do that in either company. That's just retaliation. That's wrong.
It is wrong, but...
Anyways...
And then also, you saw when, also speaking of retaliation...
Now I see why they didn't win the tag team tournament. Why they didn't win the inaugural women's tag team championships. Because I thought that was a shoo-in for Ty J to win.
Yeah, but also speaking of retaliation and why these companies do what they do, did you guys see what happened at Survivor Series?
Mm-hmm.
AEW put a giant billboard, electronic billboard in front of the Padres Stadium saying, "Come watch, winter's coming."
That was so funny. And so petty on the part of Tony Khan.
But remember, WWE did the same exact thing at All In. They put a giant sign that said, "Come watch a WrestlePalooza."
Man, they're so petty, both these companies. But let's get into... Speaking of petty, the king of petty...
Well, this is not really news. This is more fan base that kind of voiced their voice. As CM Punk likes to say, the voice of the voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
The Miz was put back into the Last Time It Now tournament because the fans complained why he was eliminated in the first round, because they wanted him to go farther, because out of everyone, it was only him and Sheamus. They were the only two that have history with Cena.
For sure.
So then when Sheamus was injured, fans were like, well, we don't have anybody.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight's supposed to keep fighting mystery opponent after mystery opponent. So they cried and complained. They actually made a tweet, not go viral, but a hashtag kind of go big in the wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Miz back. Okay, so they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then he loses to LA Knight, and the fans get upset about it because I totally get it. Now, obviously, if you guys seen my top 10 list, obviously you know Miz is my favorite current wrestler and favorite wrestler alive. But I'm not saying it because I like the Miz. It's he's the only person that has history with Cena.
Usually I disagree with Kashin on a lot of things, but for this I will agree with him. I do think he is the only wrestler with history with Cena. It wouldn't be bad for them to have a final match, but he's been doing that the entire retirement tour, where he has these nostalgia matches. It's time we put over a new superstar.
Right, but I'm saying go to the finals with Gunther.
But if he that's not a belief. Like, we all know Gunther's winning that
obviously
match.
But at least you let him go there, so at least people go, they gave the Miz
I do think the finals is going to be Gunther and LA.
It is 100%. But at least what the fans want, and even I want it, Miz goes to the finals to at least say we let somebody with history. Because remember, he has history: 2010, 2011, 2012.
Yeah,
3 years. That's a big time. And Cena made Miz's career big, and Miz revived
even
Cena.
dating back to his first ever pay-per-view match being against John Cena does anyone remember this? The Bash 09?
Exactly.
Like, remember that match? The squash?
Oh yeah.
Even that then propelled him to turn on John Morrison, which caused a whole career shift for him, which caused a whole thing to go on, which eventually led to how tense their match at WrestleMania 27 was, which is not a good match by any means, but it's also not the Miz's fault.
It was a good match. It's just the only problem
no one cared.
No, not that nobody cared. The fact that they wanted to put stupid things in between, like, they're gonna get counted out. Oh, they're both gonna get DQ'd.
The Rock's
they're both
gonna do
this. Those things ruined what was a good match to begin with.
Also, that spot almost killed the Miz. That concussion was real. He hit his head so hard on the concrete. None of that was necessary. But that's, again, a side tangent. And honestly, man, that's everything today. So
speaking of which, Continental Classic this year. We're gonna throw this into since it's a short news week. throw it in there. Continental Classic this year seems weak, and it was pointless because didn't they unify the belts?
I don't even want the Continental Classic. I think that it's not necessary.
No, because they unified the belt. For now, the Continental Classic's going on, and you know that's where Tony's focus is, and which makes no sense again. They unified the belts.
Honestly.
Yeah. Anyways, short news week, short things, short wrestle chat. Anyways,
it was a good wrestle chat though. It was a short wrestle chat. It was a good wrestle chat.
Yeah, but it was a short news week. Anyways, tell them what do they need to do?
Like and share.
And remember, subscribe and comment down below all your thoughts of the little things that happened this week. Anyways, remember, as always, enjoy it. Keep on collecting. We'll see y'all for another video.
Peace.